What is up, all my kaiju friends and fans? Bill, the Kaiju King here again. In this video, I'm doing a review of this big guy, the X Plus Godzilla 1993 30 centimeter figure, the standard edition from the iconic movie Godzilla vs. Mechagodzilla 2 from 1993, of course. Great figure. The Rick edition, of course, is the what I called the Disco Godzilla. He has the glittery gold effect all over him, depicting the epic scene at the end of the movie when Godzilla is resurrected, of course, and commences to open a can of whoop ass on Mechagodzilla. So it's a great figure, that Rick. I made fun of it at the beginning, but in all seriousness, it is a great figure. It looks great from what I've seen of the pictures, and probably one I would grab down the line, maybe, hopefully, because I would think it is distinctible on the shelf, and it captures a great moment from the film. So that's what's important about that figure. Captures that iconic moment when Godzilla basically, in essence, comes back from the dead almost and puts Mechagodzilla down. So very nice depiction from the film. But that movie is a good movie. The one thing I don't understand about the movie is the whole Godzilla, Fire Rodan, egg, baby Godzilla thing. Like, it's kind of confusing, really, for me anyway. Godzilla goes to that island toward the beginning of the film, and of course Fire Rodan is there protecting the egg, or trying to, and Godzilla comes and they get into a fierce fight, and in the meantime the humans have taken the egg and escape with it, and Godzilla and Rodan tear up the island in a big battle. And then later toward the end of the movie, in a climactic fight with Godzilla and Mechagodzilla, of course, previous to Godzilla getting there, Rodan and Mechagodzilla fought, and Rodan was badly hurt by Mechagodzilla, because Mechagodzilla was pretty imposing in the movie. He was kind of goofy looking, but he was very imposing. So Godzilla shows up, and they have an epic battle, and Mechagodzilla, in essence, downs Godzilla and puts him down with that cable. They shoot it in his rear end, basically, and take out his, they figure out he had a second brain, and they figured the brain down here controlled Godzilla, so they took it out, and Godzilla was, in essence, done. He was defeated, but Rodan, with what little life he had left, crawls on top of Godzilla and pretty much dies on him, and his essence goes into Godzilla and creates the glitter gold Godzilla, which resurrects and destroys Mechagodzilla. So I like the movie, but the whole Rodan Godzilla egg thing is kind of funny, weird to me. But I mean, how do you get Rodan protecting his egg and all this, and when it hatches with the humans, it looks like Godzilla? It's just funny. It's funny, but nonetheless, it's still a kaiju movie. I love it. The kaiju action's great in it, in my opinion, especially between Mechagodzilla and Godzilla in the final battle. So that fight's really good. So in my opinion, one of the best of the Heisei era, I would say, as far as the battles that took place in all those movies between kaiju. It's a very great fight. This figure is cool. I like it a lot. The sculpting on this figure is par with Sakai's, in my opinion. Level of detail. It's really nice. The tail is long. Signature of Heisei. But the good thing is it goes down, touches, and comes back up. So a lot of the length is taken out of it, shelf space wise. But it is still pretty wide, you can see. But it's nicely done. Nice sculpting with the tree bark skin on the tail. Got charcoal gray predominant on the figure, which is Heisei. The dorsal plates start off small, of course, on the tail, and get big. Get to the 5-row scheme, about 2/3 up the tail. They're nice tipped on the tail with the bonish gray color. Then you get to the back of the dorsal plates here. We got the signature 3 big rows and the 2 small outer rows, of course. Really nicely done. Nice capture of these dorsal plates with the dark blackish gray with the pimpled texture, dotted texture, and the outer spikes are bone gray in color. Really cool, nicely done. Of course, this Godzilla four-toed scheme, toenails on the toes, claws on the hand claws on the hands are dirty bone grayish, light brownish almost in color. They start black at the base of the nail and get lighter as they go out to the tip. Pretty cool. Standard Heisei pose here with this Godzilla. Pretty much almost every Heisei Godzilla kind of has a similar pose to this, except for the second 91 Sakai. He's more dynamic in my opinion. But this is a classic Heisei, big thick Godzilla, nice thick legs, thick hips. Nice tree bark skin sculpting, like I said, all over the body, the legs, the arms, the head, very nicely done. But here's what impresses me about X Plus the most: the implementation of the rolls in the suit depicting the man in suit, because this is a suit. You got to remember, it's a suit, a guy in a suit, and they capture that so well. Right here you can see the rolls on either side of the midsection here, up by the hips. Very nice detailing of some suit rolling there, depicting man in suit. Up here on the arms, very nice suit rolls depicting that, and in the elbow area of the left arm. It's just something that X Plus has always done that captures, this is a guy in a suit and this is what it looked like in 1993, and they do it really well. This is why you buy X Plus, in my opinion. You're wanting the accuracy of that movie and that guy portraying this role, and they nail it almost predominantly every time. I think the scaling's right on this figure and everything. The midsection, the chest, has more of the dotted skin tone texture than the tree bark skin of the rest of the body. Nicely done. The neck is the really start of the Cobra neck Godzilla. I mean, it started late in the Heisei era, and it just really went predominant in the millennium. Nicely done. The head looks like the 93, classic 93. The eyes are black pupil with some orangish yellow colors there in the eye. Nicely done. Teeth individually sculpted, double rowed on the top jaw especially. Teeth are almost a yellowish in color, light white to yellowish in color. The inner of the mouth, dark red with the tongue as well. They capture it really well in this figure. I mean, when I look at this and I watch holding this thing, watching the movie, you're like, yeah, this is a 93. You can see why. I mean, but the stuff they do, the details they put in there, just these suit deformations and wrinkles, portraying that this is a guy in 1993 in this suit, and this is what it looked like in the film. That's what X Plus does the best, in my opinion. They just capture it. But the details of the sculpting of this are on par with a Sakai, in my opinion. The more I look at this, my top 5 X Plus for this year, it's going to be hard to depict. But I have a feeling this guy's going to make it in there because it's a very impressive figure, to say the least. I love this thing. All right, let's move on to some size comparisons. Let's do that now. All right, everybody, I'm back. Here is my stand-in for the 93 and all my dioramas I've ever done. The 1992 X Plus 30 centimeter Godzilla. It's a nice figure as well. For its age and everything, it's aged well. But if you look at them up close, you can definitely see the differences in depth of scale sculpting on this 93 in comparison to the 92. The 92 here will hold an infinity for me because this is the first X Plus figure I ever got, along with the 1968 Anguirus. Very first 2 X Plus figures I ever got. Double Box Day was my first X Plus figures, and that was those 2. So I will always have an infinity for this 92. I love this 92 personally. I think it's great. And if you put it up against this, the detailing and depth of scale on this thing is better, but this is 2020 and this was, what, several years ago, so still a great figure in my opinion. They look cool together, but of course height-wise they're just about the same, I think. There, yeah, pretty close. The 92 might nudge him by just a a little bit, but not much. Really nice figure. 1992 and 1993. Alright everybody, let's do one final size comparison. You could probably guess what that is. Let's move to that right now. Alright everybody, I'm back. Mechagodzilla Engage 1993 Super Mechagodzilla from the movie, from X Plus. 30 centimeter figure. Great figure. Great addition to the line when it came out. I did have the standard Mechagodzilla, and then I got the Super Mechagodzilla, and I had them both for a minute. And then this past summer, when you get to collecting these things and you realize that, do I need two of those? So I was in that mode, and I realized I didn't need two of them, and I decided to sell the original Mechagodzilla, the standard, and keep the Super Mechagodzilla because it's from my favorite fight in the movie. Probably my favorite fight of the Heisei era is this fight at the end of the movie, Super Mechagodzilla versus Godzilla. So I sold my standard, and I have no regrets because I've still got him. But they look great together. I think the scaling is perfect because if you look at this, to me, Godzilla was not as tall as Mechagodzilla in the film. And look at that. To me, that scaling is perfect. I'm thinking that when they did this figure, they had this heavily as a reference to make sure the scaling was right. Because a lot of collectors, that's what they want. They want the scaling between these two, and particularly to be right, and I think they got it. I think they nailed it, in my opinion, as far as that goes. They really did a good job. X Plus Bravo. Nice figures from a great fight in that film right here. Super Mechagodzilla and Godzilla 1993. Alright, I'll move on to some final thoughts. Let's do that right now. Alright everybody, I'm back. X Plus 30 centimeter series. Godzilla 1993, the standard edition. This figure is rather impressive in hand. It really is. I mean, the sculpting is just Sakai-worthy stuff, in my opinion. It looks fucking great. It looks freaking great, guys. I can't express that enough. It is absolutely awesome. If you're a Heisei Godzilla fan, this should be an instant buy for you. It finishes the setup in the movie line for the movie with Godzilla, Fire Rodan. I do have Fire Rodan, but he's up suspended on the ceiling back there, and I didn't want to get him down, so I keep him on some fishing line suspended. Looks like he's flying, so, but it completed the line for the movie, except for the baby Godzilla. I wouldn't mind having that thing in a 25 or 30 centimeter. I would buy it. Or if you have one in scale, it would be awful small with this because it would only have to be an inch or two tall. It would be very small, but I'm sure if they made one, people would buy it. But this is a great figure. For me, if you're a big Heisei fan, you should really afford yourself the chance to try to get one of these. It is a great figure. Nicely done, X Plus, nicely done. Boy, he's going to be in contention for my top 5 figures of the releases of the year for sure. I've got a heavy thought now on that since I've gotten this. I'm really, my list is pretty much complete though, I think. We'll see. That'll probably be one of the next videos I do. My top 5 X Plus releases this year. Number 1 on that list will be my figure of the year. Alright, everybody, I'll bring the camera closer so you can see this thing up close. I appreciate everyone that watches my channel. Thank you all for tuning in. This is Phil the Kaiju King from my collection room in Greater Cincinnati, and y'all have a blessed day, and I'll talk to you again soon.